it's like you gotta have the Air Force, you gotta have some glasses, and I was just like, I'm like, guys, you know, I wear other things other than Air Force.
I don't only wear that.
I don't only wear that, but that's just been my character.
That's cool though.
You could bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that, never gotta sweat
What's
that.
going on? Welcome back to Mic'd Up on a Tuesday. You already know. Thanks for coming back and watching. We have a very, very special guest. He's nervous, but he's gonna be all right. It's Luther Brown.
Yo, what's going on?
Shit. Oh, this
What's
is getting
going
good.
on?
This is
What's
getting
going on?
good. This is getting good. Luther.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. Look,
You just got back into town.
I just got back into town.
Like 5 seconds ago.
Like 5 seconds ago. It felt like it's the longest flight ever from Atlanta. That's normal, but it felt like it was.
No, it feels like it's like 20 hours for real.
hours. I was like, get me off. But I'm nervous. I'm like, wait, what we about to get into? Because I know me.
So nervous.
Because I know I'll be like, either to say depending on, you know. Yeah, I got hype. I be getting hype. So
This is gonna be fun. Okay,
great.
so I always ask my guests how we met. Do you remember how we met?
I remember we had a couple conversations.
Yes.
And I remember I was like, yo, he is crazy. Because you was dancing. You was dancing your ass off. And
there was always a class or something that I was in that you were always coming to watch or some shit like that.
Yes. I'm like, this boy is fire. And I remember I came up to you and I was like, I said, I think you're super dope.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. I don't know if that was the conversation. Cause I do remember another one where I was like, "Yo, would you ever
yes.
you know?" Because I was like, "You are dope," but you was transitioning to I'm trying to do this other shit.
Yeah, it was Gwen Stefani. It was Gwen Stefani. Was Gwen? Yeah, you literally called me and you were like, "Yo, this is Luther Brown," and I was like, "What? What's going on?"
No, because I be seeing you around, and I never really get to work with you.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Yo." This boy is dancing his ass off. How we gonna make this work?
Thank you, bro. We gonna make it work one day.
Wait, when was the first time I met you?
I think it was in like a class. Like you came to I don't know whose class
was it?
I don't remember either. But I just remember you in the front, and I instantly got nervous. And I was fuck.
For me?
Yes. And I was like, fuck, because I had never met you. Obviously, we've heard all the legendary things. So I was like, well, bitch, pull it together because Luther Brown's watching. Okay, so born and raised where?
Born, I'm a yachty, Jamaica. Yeah, Jamaica. And then I moved to Toronto.
Okay.
Moved to Toronto when I was in grade 6. So I lived a life in Jamaica. It wasn't like I was like, I moved when I was 2 or I was 1. I lived a life, you know what I'm saying? Climbed off tree and thing. But and then Toronto, and then I was in Toronto, and then started doing stuff in New York. And then New York kind of became second home.
Right.
All of this I was doing as a Jamaican citizen. I still wasn't Canadian.
Stop.
I wasn't a Canadian citizen yet. And then I was in New York for mad years and working over there. And it was just everything. So a lot of people that know me think I'm from New York, but I'm like, no. They're like, oh no, you're from Toronto. I'm like, yeah, but I'm Jamaican.
But make no mistake.
No disrespect, Toronto. Bam. You know, but I'm a yachty. Jamaican, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I was living in New York, you were like everybody had to get with Luther Brown. Like that was like the shit. God. And y'all had them YouTube videos. Do that.
Oh my God, my crew. You just went to do that.
Those carnival pieces? Yeah.
Those were the things that really like kind of secured me in the US in a certain way. Yeah. Because it was like street cred.
No, literally. It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like
it is.
For somebody that was, and at that point I was working with other people.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've always been doing my own shit.
Right.
So even while I was working with people out in New York, I was still doing all the artists in Toronto and I was always doing that.
Oh my God.
So I would go, that was kind of my refuge. I would go back. I would like go back and between the Keishas and Sean's and this and Maestros and all these artists and stuff. And then I would come back to New York, you know, hustling it out. And the carnival stuff was really where people that, because I never taught. I didn't know how to teach. I never knew.
You didn't teach classes.
I don't know about no classes. Where I came from, there was no dad studio. What we was dancing on basketball courts in front of the medical building and shit. Where there's reflections. So I didn't know. I didn't know what that scene was.
Wow.
And so when I was in New York, it was like my friend Danash and Cammy, I was staying with Cam. Big up Cammy. Cammy Jones is everything. And she used to go take from Rhapsody.
Oh, okay.
And other people, and so they were talking about this BDC. I didn't know what none of that was. And so I would go on my off days because who I was working with, I was staying with them, but I wasn't trying to hang out with them like that.
Right.
So no shade, and I'm sure she gonna watch this and try to
lose her.
Whatever. Well, we got beef anyway. Me and her got a little situation, so whatever. Good. But so then I would go to BDC, and that's when I would see the Amount Boys, and that's when I met Kevin Maher.
Wow.
They were all taking Rap's class, and so I would just be in the cut watching all this.
That's crazy.
And so so carnivals were where people got to actually see
your work,
my work. Then I wasn't on stage, so people didn't know who I was.
That's so funny.
So everybody was like,
that's true too.
Everybody was like, "Who's Lou? Who is Lou?" Because I wasn't.
Yep.
Stage fright Lou. Hey, that's me.
Is that a thing?
I'm nervous for everything. I don't want. When I walk to teach a class, like when I'm walking in the room, stress.
Same though. Same.
Like
same.
It's just always been a stress for me. Like so, I've always kind of crept to the behind the scenes part of it.
Wow.
More than, but a lot of people would see my stuff and would assume which one of them.
Yeah, which one is he?
And so for mad years, all these different carnivals and stuff, people are like, "Yo, but wait, which one were you?" I'm like, "No, it was this." So people just didn't know.
I love that.
It was like a little mystery.
A little fun fact. That's cute. So you've been in the industry for how long?
Oof. Professionally?
Yeah.
God damn. What, 20?
Amazing.
20? I'm gonna say 20 years professionally because a lot of people like to say, yeah, professionally, blah, 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 but no, you wasn't really doing shit.
Yeah.
You was doing 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Like you still doing the shit that's gonna make you get professional. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
And so in reality, I think I would say like 20 years.
20 years.
20 years.
That's amazing, Lou. Like
you've
seen so many different parts of it, like different facets and trends and everything.
Brother, it's I knock on wood. I knock on wood all the time, and I'm super thankful.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I've been around it, I've been a fan of it.
Right.
And I've seen it change so many times. And like I've seen a lot of people that I look up to. And I see, it's a roller coaster.
Absolutely.
And so it's kind of like to survive these trends.
Right.
And people still fuck with you in a certain way. Or, the kids are like, oh my God, I still want to come take class. Or yo, that shit was cool. It blows my mind. I'm like, Lord, whatever you're doing.
Keep going.
Because, I think it's that Jamaica, because the ratchet, we just love our street. We love take. So I'm always currently looking at what's up, and I love everything that's
what's really good, because you know how the older generation sometimes be hating on everything, bro. Like they be
it's
ready
like, what
to.
are you doing? You can't do that.
The world
my parents were telling me when I was on that whole, I can't even say that nigga's name. He's canceled. But like, what I'm saying, coming up on like when hip hop R&B started.
Yes.
There was like, the older generation was like, that ain't real, that ain't.
They were saying that to you too?
They were, because at them points it was like,
no,
these aren't real singers. The real singers are, this ain't real that. The real this is.
So it's been like that for years.
So it's kind of like, I remember that. And I remember like, we talking about Brandy's the shit. We talking about Mary J. Blige. We talking about Bobby Brown. Like, those ain't real singers. Luther Vandross and blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
mind you, they were still doing their thing, but I was like, guys, come on. Like,
wow, that's crazy to know that.
So to kind of see it go like this, I'm like, yeah, I remember that.
That's bomb.
I remember that.
So who were the it dancers when you was coming up? Like, if you had to name the clique, who was the clique? Who was the girls and the boys?
Okay.
Okay.
The it dancers, I think, shit. Okay, see, it depends. Okay. The different versions of it.
Okay.
Like, New York, it was Showtime.
Shout out.
It was Eddie.
Shout out.
Nadine Ellis.
Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Leslie Binky. Ixia.
Ooh.
Bam Bam. There was, oh my God. Spin. Obviously, Voodoo Ray, Stretch.
Damn.
All of them. Adesala,
legends. Like what?
Murder. Tweety Bird, Tweet Boogie, who's my sister. Those were the ones that I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, whoa.
What about LA?
And then LA, one of my biggest inspirations is from LA. It was is Swoop.
Oh,
Swoop.
Come on.
Swoop. And it's funny because he is like mentor.
Yeah.
And I think he might know it, but I think he might not even have known
the real impact.
I think some people, they don't really know the impact that they have on certain people's lives.
Yeah.
And like, we met him once back when we was opening up. I used to have crews. We used to do opening up for different shows. And he was dancing for like MC Light or anyway, but he kept in touch from then. And he was always, and so I kind of lived through him. And Swoop, literally, every movement was incredible. Every artist he touched was incredible. There's a lot of stuff a lot of the most classic shit out was Swoop that people don't
even know.
Attribute to him, because you know how this industry is. Whoever got the job, it was their job, but then they bring people in and then they do it.
Right.
And so Swoop was the face and the steps of it all, but the check of it all and the thing behind it all was not. So a lot of people don't know that in a certain way. No disrespect to nobody. Yeah. But Swoop, out of here.
Amazing.
Edmo. That is, talk about have an effect on me and my life. That was my Edmo, Lamar, Moody. Moody's my boy.
Yeah.
Moody's my boy. There was a girl named Kim Morrow that was crazy. She was literally the face of every video 2000s.
Ooh.
She was the one. I used to be like, yo, Tanisha Scott, that's my sister. And she was on my crew. So I used to be like, you see how she's in every video? She catches every shot. You see that face? She eats everything. That's the type of shit you need to. But Kim, oh my God, there's so many. Obviously, Big Les.
Yeah. Big Les. Hey, yo, that's so good.
It's so many of them. Yeah. I mean, they're not even from LA, but they was with that whole life.
Yeah.
But
amazing.
Damn. Yeah.
What do you miss about the industry back
Punch
then?
Punch and Goof. Stop playing with me. You know what it is? Because when you say LA, I'm trying to think of people that are from LA.
Yeah.
But Punch and Goof was running shit out here too. So
definitely.
Them boys, like, they changed how I thought R&B people should dance. Like, I think that's why. Because I'm a yachty. So for me, dancehall was everything.
Everything.
Hip hop to me, dancing, I was like, I didn't get hip hop, but I love R&B.
That's so crazy.
So I connected with like Heavy D and the Boys, New Edition. I connected with Velvet DeVoe. I was the R&B version of it all.
Right.
But I wasn't on no cardboard.
The ratchet shit. Yeah.
I wasn't
the hood shit.
Popping. I love popping, but I wasn't a pop. So it was kind of like looking at like a Punch and a Goof and an Eddie, and they were dancing to R&B,
right?
But it was so steps, fly, and I was just like, and like, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what created that's what made me feel like, oh, this is possible. Or
that's
this
cool.
is because I'm not a trained dancer, so I'm not technical. So that's not, I wouldn't be able to do that. And then I'm not sliding on my head over there, and I'm not doing all of that.
Doing head spins and shit.
I'm not that guy either. So it was like, where do I fit in a certain way?
Wow.
And I just loved R&B, and I loved that type of music. So that the party dance, which was literally my culture.
What you do. You created your own pocket.
That's kind of what that was, yeah.
Type shit. What do you miss the most about the industry from back then versus now?
I miss originality.
Oof.
I miss originality. I'd be like, there were so many like versions of incredibleness.
Yes.
Just
types.
Amazingness everywhere.
Yeah.
Like now it's like 2.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And then there's 5 others that are a version of the 2.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like, it's like, huh?
So so let's say you're holding an audition. Are you in, like I'm saying, in 2025, you're not like juiced like you were, like you're not like moved the way you feel like you used to be?
I'm juiced for a different reason.
Okay.
I'm juiced to see what's out there.
Right.
But it's like the state of what the music is, it's like I'm still holding on to certain legends that have it. And I'm always about the new and the upcoming and what's hot. Because again, blame it on the street. I love everything ratchet, everything new, everything. I just love all of it. So, but I still want them to get it. And I want them to get it together. So it's going to last.
Yeah. And
there's only a few.
And not be a trend and not be a 30-second moment.
Everything is such a goddamn trend. It's like everyone's career is TikToked.
That's the name of the video. Everyone's career is TikTok.
Everyone's career is TikTok. Everyone just thinks it's a TikTok. They don't have bridges. They don't have the songs are 2 minutes. I'm like, what's going on?
I feel you. I feel you.
There's a lot of really new dope shit out, but it's just not. I wish it had more of a, what's the word? Body of work.
Yes, you said that. Like staying power, like something that could last.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
You know?
What's your process as a choreographer? Like, okay, you have a job coming up. What's the first thing you're doing?
First, I'm stressing. No.
Okay.
No.
I think a panic attack.
No, okay. First thing is, I'm like, okay, boom. When it comes to creating the steps, or getting it, I book a space, or I used to have my garage, but I moved.
Oh, I remember those infamous garage days.
Yeah, the garage was the fucking shit, but left that place. Yeah. God is good.
Hey,
spirits have changed. Life is. I think that whole place harnessed a lot of.
I feel that
energy. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of people over there, but I get into a room, dim them lights, they're down to the ground. I like it a little dark.
Yeah.
Little spotlight energy, so I can kind of feel like there's just voids around. And I just black out. I think about what do I want people to feel when they see this, or if it's a video, or am I doing a tour, or like what do I want people to get from it, and then that tells me where I'm going to go in the room.
Got you.
And so then I go in. And then, I have a couple people with me. I bring some assistants maybe, depending.
Yeah. Because
nowadays, it's crazy. I just did the Mary tour.
Yeah.
Normally, I would have a little skeleton crew. It was me and like one person.
Yeah.
So I guess it's where my brain is at the moment.
It depends on,
I normally get in the room and I just start creating what these pictures are, or just where I'm trying to go.
The vibes, yeah.
It comes from the music. For me, it comes from the music and it comes from the story. Like,
it has to.
What are you trying to tell? Like, what do you want? Like, I know for certain things, I'm like, when I used to watch that, I know what a feeling I got. So I want people to, I want to feel like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to steal that.
Right, you're right.
A lot of people be stealing shit, but
okay.
I'm not going to steal that or nothing, but I want people to feel like that.
Yeah.
And so then I create it based on That's how you
the emotion of it. I love that.
And it gotta come from somewhere. Like
I love that.
If it's like a ratchet artist, like with Megan and stuff, it was you kind of go into a different bag.
Yeah.
But then if it's like my pop shit, I go
okay, what am I feeling there?
Yeah, because I remember what Madonna made me feel like.
Period.
I know what Britney made me feel like. I know what certain artists made me feel like. Janet, blah, blah. So I know. So I kind of dip into different.
And you've had so many different like you just said, you have so many different types of people that you work with, which is very impressive because not a lot of people can do that. People get stuck in a pocket.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like that's lazy as fuck. Like, why not expand your horizons? You know what I mean? Like. A Luther Brown should be working 100%. With a Meg Thee Stallion and a Mary J. Blige and a Britney and a this. Like, that's what should be going on.
But but people get attached to what they think you are.
Right.
And a lot of people knew me for my classes.
So
certain jobs that if I got, I would have slaughtered.
Yeah.
But they just look at me as that guy.
This is all you do.
Oh, he just gonna do the ratchet for class. That's his class stuff. And I'm like, but that's my class stuff. What I do for class, it's not what I'm doing for Gwen.
Trust
me. What I'm doing for this one is not over that. But I kind of accepted that, and I'm like, fuck it. When I get it, I just do what I gotta do.
Exactly. Hire me, and I'm gonna show you.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Mary J. Blige tour. First of all, they are going crazy on that stage.
Listen, they're dancing their lives away.
No, like, what's going on? Like, I think Dom even just posted a video 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, are you good?
Yes.
Everything all right?
Yes.
Like,
they're dancing.
They're dancing.
That
you had a big audition for that, right?
Had a huge audition.
How was that?
But first of all, it was important for me to have an audition for her. Because the last big audition I had was Daddy Yankee for that. And it was like, he's worldwide legend.
Period.
And so that blew me away because I was still getting used to the Latin life.
Right.
But for Mary, I was just like, because I experienced her in her days.
This is your girl.
When I was looking up to it and had pictures on my wall. But pictures on my wall. Ooh, Biggie Smalls. No. For me, it was important because this generation didn't really know her impact in a certain way. This generation, she's Auntie Mary that does this, that. That's it.
And we know that, but
But that's all they know. They literally don't realize that she impacted the entire planet and culture, like
of R&B,
hip hop, period.
Like period.
And so, you know, she had us dancing for 25, 30 years. I'm like, so I was just like, I need to have an audition so people can, number one, hear the music different. And, you know, because obviously, you know, I'm a fan of, you know, you have a certain level of artist, you want to make sure you uphold a certain thing. Yeah. But I'm also like, but we're not going to do the old school step to feel like we grandma, grandpa up there because nobody has to see that. You know what I'm saying? And these new kids, they don't even move like that. So why am I going?
Why would I try to put that on them? That's so true.
If you try to put,
and thank you for saying that.
If you try to put like, we doing the four tops when I was doing the Leah, when the Leah was popping, and I'm like, hey, we try to do that. We try to do this. So in my head, I was just like, I just want to be able to give them a visual and a feel of what her music and stuff was, but what we feel like now, but still honor it in a certain way, so these kids can really get to know, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, who she was,
she really was.
So that was important for me, and I also wanted her to know that, see that. Right. Yo, the kids on the street still fuck with you. Like you're not out there doing this dancer stuff like that because she was. Right. But then for a long time, it's just been her by herself up there doing it. Uh-huh. So I was like, we got to bring it back. Yeah. I was like, man, we got to bring it back. We got to find a way to like, they got to see us dance to your music now. Yes. So they can realize what that shit is. And then also hear your music like,
bumping for real, like hello.
The bang, she got her
the track list is crazy. The track list is insane. Like I don't even think I could make it through that show because I would be yelling so loud,
bro. It's nuts.
Like I would be yelling.
Every song is a situation, and so
that's so sick.
So it was good to have the audition for that, because I just felt like it was important for me to see that, and then for the kids to feel that, and for her to see it.
Yeah. How long did it take you to put the tour together?
Ooh, well, you know. Now that we're in a world of, we want everything.
30 seconds.
5 minutes. That took, we had, I'm going to say a month and a half of rehearsals. And that month and a half of rehearsals includes production rehearsals. Of course. So when you take that, of course. I had like a week and a half in December. Yep. And then January.
During the holidays too.
So it's kind of like, but the preparation for that, because you know, being a creative directing it is different. So designing the stage, coming up with references, what's she looking like, what's she sounding like, what's this, what's the feel of that, what's the mood board for this, what's the hair look, what's the all the different things that came. We was doing that like 4 months.
Wow, before even rehearsals started.
Before even thinking about rehearsals, and then you know, I want 4 dancers, and I was like, ah. But this is not our first conversation. So first of all, I'm fanned out because I'm like, oh my God, Mary J's calling me. I'm on the phone with her.
Oh my God, I'm on the phone with Mary J.
She's talking about what's going on. I'm like, wait, this is crazy. But, and then she's talking to me about, and I was like, wait, do I have this job? Do I even have the job?
Right.
And then it was just like, yeah, you know, I'm seeing like 4 dancers. And in my head, I was like, no, you can't do 4. That's crazy. We need more than 4. I did, 4 with Janet was cool, but after a while, you kind of want more.
You want like the army for real,
to sell certain pictures, you kind of want more. Yes. So I was just like, and then she told me this thing she wanted to do for No More Drama. You know, this I wanted to helicopter, and I was like, well, we can't sell that with 4. We got to get more. So she was like, okay. I was like, well, let's get 6.
Okay.
And then I was like, maybe I can push to 7.
Maybe I can push to 7.
Maybe I can get to 8. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to 7, and then you know. They tried it on the rate, and I was like, okay, I'll lose 1 dancer, but everybody got to get the right rate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A certain thing, but so we're here.
I love that.
We're here, but that was fucking.
And the cast is nasty.
Listen,
nasty.
I think God works in different ways. I think who was supposed to be there was there.
Yeah,
it was really hard to cast it because
I bet
with 6 people.
Yeah,
and then it was like, it was in my head originally it was supposed to be 8. You feel me? So then I was already like, okay, boom. I did 4. I did all boys for her before. I was like, but we need some girls in here. So I was like, we can do like, you know, I can get like a 4 and 4, or maybe get 3 and 4, and then it dropped to 6, and I was like, and she was like, yes, we having all boys, right? And I'm like, whoa. I said no, but I was like, damn, Lou, but you sold her on the boys for the other things, so she just went there, and I was like, nah, but you mentioned you wanted some girls, so we're gonna. We got to at least have 2 girls.
Come on, 2 girls. You got to have 2 girls.
And so then it went to 2 girls. And then how do you cast 2 girls?
Right. For Mary
out of
J.
that
Blige.
audition that had 500,000 people there. So I was like, how am I going to do this? And then you're thinking about, okay, but Mary's height. Okay, but Mary's build. Okay, but who you going to get? And I had like a set of girls that I was like, ooh, I want all of that.
Yeah.
And there's a boys, I'm like, I want all. So it was like, it was tricky.
Yeah.
And then I had to cut it down to 2. And I think I knew the right 2.
Yeah.
Their energies, because they're not the same dancers at all.
Yes.
But I just felt like what one has, the other doesn't do.
But shout out to you for doing that, because it's so hard to cast, I feel like, especially now when there's so many people who, like you said, kind of have the same vibe.
Yes.
You were down to cast 2 people that do not have the same vibe, but they have what the other one's lacking.
Yeah.
That's
Because I wanted like, it needed to sell.
That's tough.
It needed to like, if you know anything about Mary's music, the shit is, it's feeling down to the ground, and the bass lines, the pocket is everybody's business.
Better than she can. Okay,
disrespectful.
What?
Disrespectful. But so it's kind of like I needed characters too, because I was also in a place where I was like, I'm tired of seeing these concerts and shit, and no one's
just doing dance steps.
Just doing these goddamn steps. I'm like,
just doing.
I want to be able to look up there and be like, ooh, because we was fans of these dancers.
And just watch you for like a minute straight. And just watch you walk around, be whatever. Yeah, you
had your thing. Yes. So I was like, I need people that are gonna be able to bring the thing that have their thing. Certain people I've wanted weren't available, but I think God works in a way. Because who I got, it was like it wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be. But look,
it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got Caleb in there. Okay,
here,
and at that point, because the look for this thing, I was like. Listen,
and they be going crazy.
Harlem, we gotta keep this shit. New York's gotta be black down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then things happened, and I was like, and he hit me randomly.
Yeah.
Because that's my boy. He hit me, and I was like, "What are you doing today?
Yeah.
Can you come back?" Yeah. Because he came. He said he hit me up. He was like, "Lou, I know this audition's happening, and I know." And I already knew what he's trying to say. He's like,
I love him.
I know it says it's blacks and Latin, but can I just come through? And I was like, "Yo, come through," and he came through. And then, we had already casted and I kept things, whatever. It's like months later.
Yeah.
And then I saw him randomly somewhere, and I was like, he's like, yo, I'm down. I just want to be in the room again in a certain way. And I was like, what are you doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
And he came in, and then I was just like, okay, we got to make this work.
Yeah.
And then it worked, and then I was scared because I had to go to New York.
Right.
And I was like, Mary's she's so goddamn real.
Just say.
She not gonna fake a thing.
For what?
She like it, if she don't, if there's a question mark, the eyebrows are up. Yeah. It's very like, So I was like, oof, okay. I just had a whole cast of boys with her. She knew what that was.
Oh.
Here we go. Now I have Caleb in here. I'm like, shit. And I was showing her something on the screen.
And he's the only white boy.
Yes.
Ooh.
And I was showing her like a formation thing because she had something for Enough Crying, this other song. And I just have her kind of stationary. She does certain things, but not too much. I'm like, Mary, I need to stage you. I need to stage you so that these things move around you in a certain way. Like,
we have to do a show.
They're not gonna try to say you some old school, but we're gonna try to bring your thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know if I'm telling her you're gonna do this, I know she in her mind, she's like, I'm not just doing that for the whole thing. I was like, look, there's things happening around.
Trust me.
So trust me. And I would show her the video. And the video, the damn part that you open your thing and you're like, trying to get to the part. And then you sweep it around and they went right, and Caleb came right in the shot. And I was like,
moment of truth.
The moment of truth. And then she, in true Mary fashion.
Oh no.
True Mary fashion, she pointed out to the screen. She said, what happened here? Stop. And I was like, inside my head, I was like, okay, she gonna chop it. What's going on? And I was like, I had to switch somebody out, but I think this was perfect. And she's dope. And she's like, all right.
Hey.
Wasn't a question. If she had a question, it would be like,
what's going on? And he be up there eating, for real. That's enough for dancers too, y'all. If there's an audition that says we're only looking for this, you never know, man. You never know. You literally never know. And don't count yourself out until you're counted out. Yes. You know what I feel? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we did the Nicki tour together, this past Nicki tour.
Yes.
You were there a lot longer than I was there.
First of all, I need you to give me. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I did not. That was something that was not on my radar at
all. No, same.
Literally up until the, I think it was like January-ish that it was, the conversations were happening. I went to this J-Lo party, her Christmas party or something, and we was chopping it up, and I was thinking about what's happening for January, and it was not Nicki Minaj. Like, that was not. And I heard that she was looking for people and stuff, but mind you, I've worked with her before.
Yeah.
But that was mad
like
years
a long time ago, right?
That was mad years ago. And so I was just like, she always goes to so-and-so, it's fine, they're not gonna call me. And I heard, Casper's doing it, blah, blah, blah. We don't hang out like that. He don't call me for that. So I was like, it's gonna be blah, 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 blah. But I wasn't even looking at it like as in, I wonder if. So when the call came in, I was like, okay, but mind you, I haven't seen her in a while also. And so I didn't know what that was going to be.
What the energy was going to be.
Because, we're both island people and I know her. And so I was like, ooh, what's going on? And I just did Megan, thing before. And so in my head, not that I thought she would, but I just didn't know.
And they just had that little
and that whole thing just happened. So in my head, I was like, bitch, I don't know if this is going to be.
Yeah.
But let's see, because I have no beef with Nicki. I love Nicki, so let's see what's going on. And so it was like, we're gonna go to her. We're gonna meet. She wants everyone to come to the house. We're gonna have a meeting at the house, and And I don't think Casper really knew that I worked with her or what I knew her. So I was like, okay, cool. And I rolled with Kevin, I think, and I was just like,
oh shit.
And I was like, okay, cool. And we got there, and they were trying to give me the rules, like, don't look in her face too much,
baby,
don't listen,
baby,
don't do this,
the
don't
rules.
do this. And I was just kind of like, I wanted to kind of be able, I kind of know her already, but I didn't want to be that guy. So I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, so make sure you don't ask us. And I was like, okay, cool.
Oh.
And then I get to the house, and because I've been to her house before, but not this one, clearly. And I was just like, ooh, this can be either something else or something else.
Yes.
And then we sat in that room, and she was coming into the little room after, and then so everybody was kind of anxious in the room.
Tight.
And in my head, I was trying to play it off, because I was kind of like, I don't want to act like I know too much to make this one feel like I'm trying to come through and do some other shit. Because trust and believe I wasn't trying to come through and do no other shit.
Right.
But I'm like, trust and believe I've been here, done that. Let's not do that. So that was my energy, and I was there. And then she comes, she's Luther Brown, Wagwan. I was like, Nicki, what? And she gave me this hug, and I was just like, okay,
we good.
Because that's what it should be.
Yes.
And so we started talking, and then I started to realize, people keep everybody kind of away from her. So she met people in there that worked on her stuff before, but she didn't meet them.
She didn't know them.
And so that was awkward for me, because I'm just kind of like, God, thank you. Because every artist I worked with them.
That's so good, though. That's how it should be.
Because it's not, in these newer years, it's a lot of people work with artists that have them on their resume, but you've never actually met them.
You've never seen them.
And so I was just like, it's another one, God, like, my career, it's been a totally different path. But so anyway, she was really cool. And she was on her island shit again.
Yeah.
And so we was just chopping it up. And so she was hitting me on the side like, I can't wait to see Trinity them. I can't wait to see that. And in my head, I was like, but your boy didn't give me that one. He was trying to give it to some. And I didn't want to be like, hey, first of all, culture-wise, we got to know these people. And I just kind of pulled to the back. I was going to do my boom boom and be out, right? And she was just so cool, and she would just be like, "Where's Lou? Come in here," and would have me in there.
No, like I saw the stories. I was like,
trying
Luke is there again.
They were trying to get me out.
And she was like, no, he was in.
Let me know. Okay, I know some people did not want me to be in there like that.
Yeah. And that's real. That's real.
But and Kat, big up. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
But she would just be like, yo, Wagwan, what's going on? Or be like, yo, Lou, do you do this one? Or and then it kind of went from one song. I was supposed to just do a couple songs. And then it just kind of it just kind of
co-choreographer type.
It kind of turned into that, and I kind of felt I didn't want to step on nobody's
of course
thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't out there posting, I'm Nicki's choreographer. But she would post it up or talk about or mention it. And that's so she's the real one. I have to big her up for that.
Saying. Because
she was always like, Luther Brown. And she's always on a live, Luther where I said, or she's in the room like, because you know what I'm saying, I understand her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
On a real level too. That's why the work be so good. That's why.
Because you have to know your artist. You have to know the culture. You have to know the culture. I know that's not always what gets you the money. You know, people get them, but it's another addition. If you know and if you respect the culture, it just makes it a little bit.
And as the viewer watching everybody, we feel it too.
It makes it better for all of us. Yes. Like that's the point, you know. Yeah. So, so that was a good time. That was a good time.
Yeah. Have you ever fired somebody from a job?
Yes.
Ooh. Oof. Tell us the story. You don't gotta say no names.
Ooh, it was tough because I really wanted them on the job. Dang. And 2 people.
In your whole career?
No, there's others before. Oh, yeah. But this one is super recent.
Oh, okay.
So it was tough because I envisioned it for them and I wanted it for them. But, the thing about it is, again, not every job is for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people bite off more than they can chew at the moment. And there's a responsibility on yourself to live up to the fucking job you're trying to get.
True.
And know your artist and know your choreographer and know the process. So you kind of know what you're walking into and you know what people are going to expect. So you have to live up. Like, we going to put all this on you, but you got to put your shit on it too so we could both strive, you know? So it's something, and for someone like this, and it's so culture specific and so, I was like, you either have to pull it or you don't. And it just wasn't pulling and it was taking me out. And I felt bad because I don't like taking money from people. Yeah. I don't like, just hurting nobody's feelings in a certain way.
Of course.
But I'm not going to go down for you. Because what's not going to happen is she's not going to come in there and be like, what is this?
Like it was like
you did that. And I'm like, no, I can't go down for nobody. So we have to make this right.
Yeah. It was in rehearsal that you had to let him go?
It was in rehearsal.
Yeah. The pocket just wasn't pocketing.
No, and then we had a break in between. So you're supposed to come back even better. And then it wasn't really coming back better. But, again, life is life for a lot of people. So there could have been 100 reasons why.
Yeah.
These people never brought it back in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I could do stuff for them and other stuff later, but
this one wasn't it.
Guys, if you're going to do something, you just got to own up to your shit and just be prepared. This is real shit.
Type. Okay, let's talk about some life shit. Single, dating. Yeah, let's get to the shit.
You know what? I'm single. I never talk about this shit anyway.
Really?
It's crazy. Never.
Oh my God. So this is an exclusive.
Oh my God. I mean, we ain't even talking. I don't know what you're talking about. I think I've lived an interesting life, and I think trusting people was hard for me. And, I've always, self-consciousness always took me out.
Wow.
Of certain things, So I've had different stages.
Yeah.
Different stages, you know what I'm saying? The heart got chipped on a couple times. Right. So I kind of I was standoffish for a while. But we living in things, things and things. Yeah. But I'm not in a situation right now.
Right.
But not saying I won't be.
Right.
Or I'm not open to it.
You're open to it.
More open now than I've been.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't trust nobody.
Period. Especially in LA.
I'm like,
especially in LA.
People like you for what? You come to class or what things you offer or what this, and then
have you felt that a lot? Have you felt like people trying to get close to you because of who you are?
I felt that, and it was crazy because I didn't even look at it as I'm somebody. Because in my head, there's still things I want to do, so I haven't really accomplished what I wanted yet. So I've never felt like I've arrived. I'm the one. I'm the prize. And I always felt like there's other people, and I'm like, well, I'm not that. So shit, I'm still got to get to that. I'm not even that.
That's so crazy.
Just in period, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, just confidence wise. Don't get me wrong, I know who I am.
Yeah. But it's
you know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying? And if you come through this way, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. But I just was never like, there's a time when I was comparing myself to people. And so that kind of kept me in a bubble, and I kind of didn't want to put myself out there in a certain way. And then people would come and pretend they was checking for you, but they're checking for your other people. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't. So I just started blocking. I just kind of was just like, oh yeah, you think that?
You put a wall up,
A wall. Look at the wall of China. You hear me? You know, they said there was a wall in Nigeria that's longer than that. Whatever that wall was, that's what the shit was. I was like, I wasn't trying to see it. And I'm looking back now, and there's so many messages and so many situations.
Is crazy.
Or there's so many little situations that I was like, I didn't even see
You didn't even peep it.
Because in my head, it wasn't real to me. I'm like, you couldn't have been checking for me. Right. That was for something else.
Right.
And then now I look back, I'm like, damn, that could have.
You really was.
I'm like,
okay, so what's Luther Brown's type? If you had to pick a type, like you had to just tell us your type, because everybody wants to know this.
Shit, what is my type? I think my type is, I like a battle, you know?
You like a challenge?
A challenge. I don't need drama.
Okay.
But I don't need, oh my God, I love you.
You don't want no fan.
Just hold hands. I need it like, it was good. Like I need a little back and forth.
A little back and forth? Okay.
I need some banter. I need some banter in life.
So you like toxic?
You know,
got him.
No, I don't. I don't like toxic, but I don't like boring.
I know. I'm the same way. I need something. Make it interesting.
Make it interesting and have good teeth.
Yeah. Wait. Make it interesting. Have good teeth.
Make it interesting. Have good teeth and
Oh God.
And you know, I see some people is like, I like super fit, I like bodies, I like supermodel energy. I don't. It's for me. It's kind of
the person.
Yeah, the person. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, lips have to be there.
So good teeth.
You know, good teeth. Because different cultures have different things, right? Period. Some cultures ain't got no lips, depending on what that is.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? The teeth. So I need good teeth. I need nice lips.
I love it. He's blushing. He's literally
I can't believe I'm talking about this shit right now. I can't even do it.
We got Luther Brown to talk about his time. This is the best podcast ever.
You know,
have you ever dated a dancer?
Not dated. Things happen.
Yeah.
I haven't dated.
But not dated.
It's tricky.
Are you opposed to that?
It's tricky. I'm not gonna say I'm opposed to it, but I don't look for it.
Right.
That's, if there's choices, I'm not gonna walk into that as my first.
Right.
Thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, dancers are
literal superheroes.
Literal superheroes. You know what I'm saying? But then dancers are also, we're crazy.
Yeah.
Dancers are crazy. Dancers are crazy. They don't make up their mind. They be jumping in and out. Yeah. It's a lot of things. And then worse, we're in the same industry. Right. So it's like, what is using me and what's not?
Right.
What is not?
That's actually a really good point.
So everything just feels crazy to me sometimes. You have to think about it.
That's a really good point.
You know what I'm saying? And I think not everyone's trying to use you.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
But when you come from a place of a toxic world where people do actually use you, and then when you're, you know,
it's hard to decipher
everybody
between
got
their
little self-conscious things where they doubt themselves in certain things. Mm-hmm. So you automatically assume the worst sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's a little more, it's more probable in the dancer world for it to be messy in a certain way. But I haven't dated, like, when I say dated, when I say dated, I'm talking like
real relationship.
Like little 1, 2. I look at 1 us, 2 us, I look at 3 us. It's, you know, it is what it is.
Are you
clearly? I'm private.
He's private, you guys.
I'm private.
But you just gave us a lot. I'm gonna say
I gave a lot without giving a lot.
Without giving a lot.
You know what I'm saying? But
it was good though.
you know, and you know, before there was a time it was black and that's it. But you know, as you grow and life is life, it comes in every
absolutely
OMG.
Absolutely.
Depending on the thing.
Absolutely.
It's a thing.
Absolutely.
But I still need some culture though.
Yeah. Gotta have a culture. And lips.
Yeah.
And lips, you said.
Yeah.
Would you say you're an introvert or extrovert?
I think I'm an introvert, but I have a extrovert rising.
Yes. Yeah. Same. Like an extroverted introvert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I am, especially more now, I think I've lived a mad life where I was at a club every night. That was my grow up. Like it was a house party. It was a bashment. It was a club. It was, all my friends were DJs. My crew was at every club, every artist, everything. Damn. So after a while, it just became a thing. So club life don't hype me up no more.
Yeah. It's not even the same.
Not LA. LA don't have club life like that. I mean, I had even been to, and Draco's like, Lou, everyday people where we at. But every time that happens, I'm not there.
Oh.
Literally every time it happens, I'm not
But
in town.
Would like everyday people though.
Yeah, because that's my type of shit.
Everyday people is the shit.
You know, like Gil he put me onto this club. It was in WeHo, but it was an underground thing. But it was, and Jan used to go. Oh. And the DJ was New York. This is years ago. And I used to go to that, and that place, we was in there till morning.
That sounds
and
fun.
And it was just like New York. Yeah. There was the energy. So if I don't really get that, I'm not gonna. You're not really hyped for it.
Period. Yeah. Do you consider yourself in the RBF club? So the RBF club is, from so far what I know, it's me, it's Claudia, it's Amari, it's Jordan Laza.
And Mary J. Blige.
And Mary J. Blige too. Shout out to Mary J. Blige.
Shout out to Mary J.
Because you be looking intimidating as fuck, for real.
You know what? It's, it is... If you know me, I laugh all day. Yeah, that's just I love laughing. I'm a prankster. I'm that guy.
I love it.
But because of trust and because of, you gotta remember, I came up in this. I never took a dance class in my life.
Yeah,
I never knew what any of that was, and I wasn't on stage dancing with people. Not to say I wasn't dancing or didn't dance. Yeah. Because that was a club thing for me. I mean, I used to do routines in the club and stuff, but it wasn't, I was never like I'm going to be a dancer. I want to dance for the artist.
Right.
So it was never about me in a certain way. So I'm a big guy. I wasn't this little skinny boy running around. Like, it's a lot of things that I wasn't for this industry people. That I'm in. Mm-hmm. So I always felt like I'm gonna be in the room, but I'm gonna be over here. Because a big part of it was a lot about you is not for this. Like, wow. I was gonna write a book. I'm going to write a book, but there was a time I was going to title it, I wasn't supposed to be here. Ooh. Because technically, based on all my stats.
Right. You shouldn't have the career that you have.
I shouldn't have the career that I have.
Wow.
And so I think a lot of my RBF energy was really because I never felt like I was supposed to be in this.
You didn't feel comfortable.
No. And so I was always kind of in the back.
Interesting.
And I would just be chilling. But once you know me, I lighten up. Yeah. But if you don't know me, I come in there and I'm very like chill. I'm not like
no,
drill,
yeah. It's like,
but I'm just chill. And then I always have glasses on, which that's a childhood thing.
Yeah,
I had an operation on my eye when I was a kid, and then when I moved to Toronto, a lot of it was for my sister for some health stuff. Okay, but I had already had my operation, and came to Toronto, so my right eye was always kind of fucked. Couldn't really see shit out of it. Wow. A whole thing, and then I fell in love with G.I. Joe and Snake Eyes.
Oh shit!
And Snake Eyes had his fucking joints on. That. And so I was just infatuated with that from then.
That's so tough.
And so growing up through all of that, Like I always had a little thing on.
I love that.
And so that became my thing. It was never the I'm too cool for it.
Wow.
It was never that. And so
dang, y'all just got the inside scoop on the Luther Brown glasses. That's like this is a real shit.
I never said that to
you.
You
never told anybody that?
No, I never said it.
Oh my God.
So it's like, clearly I'm feeling comfortable.
I
think because I'm an energy person, But it's like.
That's dope.
So I've never really been, I think a lot of people, when they do it, they might do it because it's the look thing. And but it's always just been my thing. And even when I get my prescription,
that's sick.
I have my prescription, I have a nice little, I go to my guy and I get the nice little gradient, but I pick up some shits tomorrow. And I think as time goes, I've lightened them up a lot more. Today's not a light day. Today's a blue day. But it's a lot more lighter. Before, it used to be just pitch black.
So people would be like, oh, he's just like
and
too
I'm like,
cool, this
yeah,
guy.
but then after a while, I'm like, yeah, you gotta be able to see in the room like what's going on.
Yeah, right. It'd be dark as shit.
Dark as shit. So like, but yeah, and when I go home, I take it off.
That's
if you know
amazing.
me around people. But it's always been a thing for me. So it's never been a too cool for school thing. It's always been that. And I think
it's
being
a part
around a lot of artists,
it's
literally a part of me.
I like that.
And people, like when people do like caricature sketches of me and shit, it's like, you gotta have the Air Force, you gotta have some glasses, and I was just like, I'm like, guys, I wear other things other than Air Force.
I don't only wear that.
I don't only wear that, but that's just been my character.
That's cool though.
So I love
that.
That's my glasses thing.
Okay, now we have a segment called Finish the Lyric, where I'm gonna ask you to finish the lyric. I can't sing it though because it'll give it away. But it says, "Looks like I'm going for a swim." You got it.
Oh, first of all,
you got it.
Anybody who knows me, I remix every lyric. Period.
Ever.
So it's like I'm going for a swim. So it was like the first one. Why I'm about to waste? Nikki, don't say shit to me, Nikki. Don't even
But
look
you got
at
the
this.
artist though. Hey.
Yeah, because I made up my own words for that.
Okay, so she says, no, Luther, she doesn't say that. Can you imagine?
Do you know how many artists said that to me?
Because you said like, okay, so when you say...
Are you kidding me? For Janet? I was like,
not Janet.
Yes. But 99% of the people out there probably didn't even know that she said.
Period.
And got till it's gone.
Oh, Luther.
You know when it goes, oh, they know. What do you think she said?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Okay, because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go on and on, crack, look, on, and she was like, which part is that? Which part? I'm like, the on and on.
And you telling her like, yeah, girl, you know.
She's like, what part is that? And I was like, oh no. She's like, Luther, I never said that. I said, what you just? You mean don't it always? I'm like, who knew it said don't it always? Don't it always.
You got me. I never knew that either.
But I be changing shit up. I did it with Nicki, and she's like, I didn't say that. Sierra clocked me quickly one time for O.
For O?
On a Cadillac. I said something like, I said some whole nother word. And she was like, who said that?
Dude.
I said, what? Because I ain't said that. I said,
I love that they clock you.
She clocked me a lot of...
I love that they clocked you.
A lot of, because I'm bold, like I'm wrong and strong.
Yeah. Why be shy about it?
Why be shy about it?
Let's just say.
But I've definitely been lyric clocked.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now we have our favorite segment called Spill the Tea, where I asked Luther some tea that I've heard about him. And he tells me, is it tea or is it not tea? Okay, so I've heard that in rehearsal, you can be a whip cracker. You be on their head a little bit.
1,000%. 1,000%. But you know what? I'm not like an asshole.
No. But you want shit right.
I want it right. And I think I also do this and didn't realize how much I do this.
Uh-huh.
And people used to be like, bring it in, run me again. I mean, I don't say that because I'm always like,
oh.
And then one day I was in rehearsal after I heard it, some people saying that.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, cool, let me see it again. I was like,
damn it.
I do that.
Like right after they finish a run, again.
Again.
Oof.
Because you see, I also see the mistakes you make. I see what you're doing. I see. If y'all were going full out and passing out, I wouldn't say do it again.
Right. But if y'all mark it, do it again.
Yes.
Amari just talked about that. He said he hates marking. Amari said he can't stand it.
You're gonna do it. Because I think there's time to mark. Like when I teach certain things for my style, especially for certain records, like because there's a certain cadence difference.
You have to,
I'm like, don't go full out. I need you to get my cadence. Because once you understand the cadence, then you can sit in it and live your life. But we're gonna know this cadence first. Period. So then I let you get the mark Blige.
Yeah. But once you have it,
why are you still marking?
Let's do it. Period. Now we have a segment called Ask Dexter, where Luther's going to ask me some questions, and I'm actually nervous because I don't even know what. Okay. I've been grilling him for fucking 45 minutes.
Let me see. Okay, I think the question I have for you, I had a couple outside, and I was like, but now my brain is somewhere else. How do you, and I'm sure you've experienced this, or maybe you haven't, maybe you have, okay, that's question number 2. Has there been a situation where you were excited about a job, excited about an artist with choreography and a choreographer? I guess it's a 2-part question. When you walk in the room, you're so excited about the job, you're working with this choreographer, and you have to learn steps, and then you realize, number 1, they never made any of those up. Or number 2, the steps is not it. How do you handle that? How do you handle that? Because I know there's 8 different ways to handle it. So I would love to, how do you handle that?
I shut up. I just get, and like you said, when people know me, they know how I am in rehearsal. I'm like fun, like we be having fun, like let's kick it, let's hit it. But if I'm like quiet in a corner and just like doing my job, like literally doing my job, that's the only way I know how to, because I don't want to be disrespectful, obviously. Right. But like, and this is somebody you've worked with before, and somebody that I've talked about openly, like, oh girl from the block, the whole, like when I get in experiences like that, I just shut down. Right. Because it's like, not only is it, I feel like disrespectful to the dancers, no shade, but like the whole process in general, like this should be dope. This should be fun. This should be exciting. Like what we do is so much fun. So when people come in there with unprepared steps that they didn't make up, that they can't even teach or they can't even do, it's like, let's just do this. Let's just fucking do this. Let's turn the camera on. Let's just do it. Like let's just do it. Because I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it. But let's just do it. Let's just be done here. So yeah, that's what I do. I say you'll see it. Like you'll see my whole energy shift.
The whole demeanor shift.
For sure.
Is there a specific? See, I got a 3-part. Okay, shit. I gotta choose. Luther, bro, you gotta choose. Okay. I'm about to ask what was the switch from, okay, I had enough of this dancing shit. I want to do this other thing. But so I want to tap into that. Yeah. But I also want, because the TV show you did. Yeah. How much of that was scripted, or how much of it was you, and did you follow the rules even if it was scripted or not?
No, I didn't follow any rules. And it's a reality TV show, so of course they try to give you scenarios, but I just didn't want that to be, for my story at least, because one, I've said this before, I was always insecure about who I was, just being like a gay man from Miami, like in a black family, like it's not always accepted. It's not, especially being, even in the dance industry, it's not always accepted. And I felt 100%. Like in my career, like I've danced with Chris Brown, but I've also danced with like Katy Perry. Like I've had many different facets of my life. So when I got on that TV show, I was like, I'm gonna be damned if I'm gonna pretend to be something else that I'm not. And I refuse to do it. Right. Especially for a worldwide audience. Like I just won't do it. Because there's little niggas at home like watching this and being looking like, at it, and that's you. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I never got to see people on TV that were like me.
And that's important.
So I didn't follow any of the rules. I got yelled at a lot.
I love it.
And no, I mean, like I said, it's situational, but we had free reign to say and do what we wanted to do. Okay. And again, I want people to know too, the show is not called The Dance Industry. It's called Playground. So it's what we do at Playground. And I got so many people coming up to me and being like, well, that's not what happens in the dance industry. No, it's what happens at Playground.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's different. Meg Thee Stallion isn't just walking into auditions. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not like, you know what I mean?
I'm going to throw this whole thing over there.
Yeah. Like, so, I also wanted people just to enjoy it. It's just a TV show, you know? Like,
because we are missing some of that. We're missing a lot of that.
If we were on there talking about like, oh, this happened in rehearsal today, like, niggas would not want to watch that.
No.
You got to make it fun. You got to throw some drinks.
Listen, and I watch every TV show under the planet.
Yeah, same.
I love all of it.
Yeah. And the funny parts of it, like, and then you see the parts that don't make sense and you kind of like make your own predictions. Like, that's the fun part.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know you said these two, but I gotta ask you one last one.
Yeah, whatever.
What was the initiator for you to switch trajectory on what you was trying to do? From dancer to choreographer? Like, what was that?
Oh, Girl from the Block. I mean, if I'm being honest, like that situations like that.
Okay.
Because I taught at Debbie Reynolds and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed choreographing, but I didn't know if I was good enough to do it, and I didn't know if there was so many people that had these strong voices, and I was like, do I have a strong voice? Like, is my voice strong enough to make it in through all these people? And also, too, I'm not a mentee of anybody. Right. So you know how everybody has their mentors and everybody has their people that kind of walk them into these spaces. I didn't have that. Neither did I. You know? Yeah. So like I was like, well then you got to navigate this shit on your own. And there's people who are going to tell you the truth. There's people who are going to lie to you. There's people who try to use you. There's people who are going to try to like put you in rooms and situations that they know you're going to fail in to see if you will fail. Yeah. So like I had to navigate through all that, but I'm so happy that I did, because if I was like, if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust?
Woo!
No shade. Like if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? So it's like, if I don't take this leap, why not? Even when you call me to do Gwen, I was like, to tell you no was insane to me.
No, but the thing about it is the way you answered me and the way you approached that whole conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I respect. There was never a, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm glad that you feel that way. I was going to ask you that, actually.
If it felt like that, I would have gave that energy back.
Yeah.
But I didn't, because I literally heard it in your voice.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I can respect that, because we all get to a place where it's like, okay, if I say yes to this thing, I'm not going to ever
I'm back in my hamster wheel. I'm back in my hamster wheel. In a certain
way. So sometimes you have to make that little decision that's weird, and it turns out. That's...
I'm glad you said that, because I've always wanted to ask you that. I've always been like, oh my God, Luther thinks I'm like a bitch.
No, and I was disappointed in because I saw you in rehearsal already.
I know.
Because I was
like in your head?
Yes. And in my head, I was like, oh my God, to bring this here?
Oh my God.
This energy's gonna be nuts, and she's gonna love him, blah, blah, blah. So I was in that head.
I love that.
And so when I was like, damn, okay. But I was like, but no, I get it. And like, that's how you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Now
we have a segment called Slay or Nay, where I ask Luther some rapid fire questions, and he tells me, is it a slay or is it a nay? Okay, first, Jamaican food in LA.
Ooh, it's been a nay, but there's two that's a slay.
Put us on.
We jamming.
You like we jamming?
The thing with rejamming is, because I know there's a lot of different, there's a lot of other, but authentically Jamaican, like what my mama put on the table,
right?
What I would go get when I'm in, whether I'm in country or I'm in Kingston, like the food tastes like the food, like the stew peas taste like the stew peas,
okay,
like the coconut that's in the rice and peas, because that's how you really cook rice and peas, Jamaican style. If you don't. If there's no coconut, if you didn't have no coconut milk in there, that is not rice and peas. That is beans and rice, or maybe that's like Mexican beans and rice or something. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not rice and peas.
No, like, no. So we jamming.
Okay.
Coley's, I give it, Coley's, I love y'all. So I'm going to say that, Coley's.
Shout out.
Coley's and we jamming.
Okay, period.
We jamming.
A1.
Yes.
A1. Okay. People under 18 teaching master classes.
Oof. I think it's a nay. Respectively, if you are a genius.
Yes. And there are.
But there can't be 25 geniuses. So a lot of those geniuses are not really genius. So I haven't seen the genius yet. Mm-hmm. That's 18. That's 18.
Under 18. Yeah.
You still be a genius dancer and then get more under your belt and then jump in and do that.
Yes. Agreed. Mentorship programs. Because you know it's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic. And before I'd say slave, but now it's a name. Yeah. It's too many people that are teaching people based on their chip on their shoulder.
Oh, you ate that.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people that like had struggle and had resistance in the game.
Yeah.
And they built that wall up on that. They are putting in all these little new kids that are hungry that just want it so bad. They put the wrong shit and they're putting their issues on them.
Wow.
And I'd be like, y'all are charging these kids money for shit that you didn't even battle. Because if you battled it, you might not even be doing this mentorship program right now. Because you know what I'm saying, your schedule wouldn't allow it in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But it's not knocking the hustle for some people.
No, but it's
some
real.
People have a call in for it, but the majority of the callers for it that I've been seeing, I'm kind of like, but you didn't book, but you didn't try to get better. You just kept teaching. So I don't know if you should be telling these kids what to do. I think it's different if you have a specific style that no matter what, book or not, if you weren't the best dancer, but your style is it's on some other shit, go teach and become that.
Absolutely.
You have a voice, you have a vocabulary, you have a thing.
Absolutely.
Go do that.
Absolutely.
If your thing look like everything,
period.
Are all the boys everyone's gonna dance like Denzel and Lee? Everybody?
Why did I say this the other day?
Everybody, big up to them because clearly they were great and people want to dance like them because they look great doing it. But be yourself.
Yes. Yes.
There's a lot of people that dance like other people, and then but then now they're doing mentorship programs.
Yes. Why did I say this the other day?
How you gonna tell nobody to do that? You didn't even overcome the thing. What are we talking about?
That you're battling still.
You're still battling that, but you're telling them how to do it, but you didn't do it yet.
Oof, you ate that. You really ate that. Playboi Carti's new album. Have you heard it?
No, because I'm about to listen to it because I peeped a couple tracks.
You will like shit.
I peeped a couple tracks and I love it already.
You will like some shit.
So I need to like get through the whole thing because you know that's my.
Baby, you know that's my shit for real. Like what? Like a what? Okay, working with a new artist that has a bad attitude, but you really like their stuff.
That's played for me.
You can't do it.
I can't do it.
Nah. Like you love the music, but it's still a nah.
It's a no.
Yeah. You'll turn the job down.
Yeah. Well, I won't be interested. For a long time, that's how I felt about my girl, Nicki.
Wow. Real tea.
Just because I've been in situations, she's never been a bitch to me.
Yeah. But
I've seen certain things and I was just like, I don't know if it needs to be all of that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't, even when people were like, oh my God, I'm like, well, first of all, you're not really working for Nicki. But I was like, I'm not hyped for it. I'm okay.
Yeah. You're about the vibes. Like you needed to be good energy in the room.
Listen, if I'm in a room with Janet and she don't talk to me like that, if I was in the room with a certain person, we can't even talk about him no more, and he wasn't talking to me like that, how the hell am I in the room with your ass? I'm gonna let you
talk to me like that, type.
I mean, I said to Megan, I remember one day in rehearsal, we were in a smaller studio, and I was like, wow, I have so much respect for you after this. I said, yeah, I have so much
amazing?
Respect. And she was just like, oh, so you never had respect for me?
I love she would definitely say that.
And I was like, no, because I saw a different side of you.
Yes.
That you actually put the time in for these rehearsals. I just wish they do that all the time. But I think I'm just at that place where, like, if I'm giving you my all, you need to give me.
You have to give me yours.
So I need to see that.
That's real. That's so real. Dancers that don't look like they're headshot. You hate it.
Hate it. It's like catfish. What are we doing?
Catfish.
What are we doing?
It is catfish.
How do you whole different skin tone?
Like different.
Like that's not even your complexion.
That's not even you.
That's literally not you. That's not you. That waistline that you curved in.
Oh,
that's not you. But you forget you're gonna be in the. We're gonna see you.
I always say
it blows my mind.
That's
I'm
what
like,
I always say too. What do you do when you get there and you're standing right here, but you slid this headshot?
Don't slide me the headshot. I'd rather you say to me, I don't have a new headshot because my old one, I don't look like that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, figure it out, but I'd still be like, I respect that.
I respect that.
Because when you slided me this Christina Aguilera picture.
And you're giving what?
See ya.
Oh my God.
Why we doing that? It's just a lie. You don't look like that. You're lying to me.
You're lying.
So now you're a liar.
We're starting off on a lie.
We're starting off on a lie. So now I know I can't ever trust you because you lied to me. And you did it to me in broad daylight in front of my face. So now it just means that you have no regard.
You have no regard.
For yourself. It's kind of like.
For real though.
I remember one time Trisha used to always have that goddamn film. Nicki too. I'd be like, we got to see you in real life and see that face because your face looks good. Like your face actually looked like a face. Like stop playing.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Because some butt is like.
It's so real though. And again, like my thing is too, like, be proud of what you know what I mean? Like, especially if you're in an audition, show up at your best.
Show up at your best.
Just show up at your best.
Show up at your best.
Whatever that is, show up at your best.
And just don't lie because that picture's a lie.
Yeah.
And if I bring that to the artist and they come in and then here you come.
Because then it's an awkward situation.
I'm like, oh my God, we got Shaquita. And then boom, here comes Samantha. They're like, who's that? You told me we had Shaquita. Oh no, but this is Kathy. They're like, oh no, but you said Shaquita. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I didn't know Shaquita was Kathy. I didn't know about that.
I am stealing that. You said Shaquita and in walks Samantha.
Yeah,
tight.
You're another person. You lied to me.
Fast food. Is Luther Brown a fast food person?
No.
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 Yeah, no.
There's a moment I was like, yo, Popeyes is popping. I mean, when I said, Popeyes is kind of popping. No, there was it's when I came over here because I was not
to LA.
Yes, because Popeyes was not no shit. Ain't nobody know the Popeyes in Jamaica like that, or even in Toronto, New York. It was there, but I wasn't really about it.
And it's not like a thing in New York. I feel like
no. Nah. So, but when it came out here, it was like Popeyes, and I was like, oh, this is actually good. But when I was younger, McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's, I feel like if you were younger and never liked McDonald's, something was wrong.
It's childhood.
It's totally toxic, but it's a part
of your childhood. Like,
it's a part of it. You gotta have that. Them fries.
Face piercings.
You know what? I wouldn't get one.
Yeah, but you don't mind it.
I don't mind a lot of them. Hair is cool. Look at me. Yeah. Do what you want. Don't let me tell you what's cool. Like, but sometimes when it's a big joint in that nose right here.
Like the bull ring.
Sometimes I'll be like, or when it's like under here and it's a big. I think if it look like it hurt for me, I'm like,
that's how I feel.
I don't know. I don't want to see it.
That's how I feel. I'm the same way. If it looks
like it's like right here is a big bone in your face, I'm just I'm like, ow. I'm looking at shit. I'm thinking like, that shit hurt. That shit hurt. I'm not mad at a little nose thing, ring. A little, it's have a little lip joint. But for me, if you got 500, first of all, we never gonna kiss, so that's never happening. Yeah. How that's gonna happen?
Let's just make that clear.
Ow. Just 8. Ow. What? How does that work? I don't know. I don't know.
Luther, that's it. Thank you so much for coming on today.
No, thank you for having me.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Lou. Tell us where we can find you if they don't already know. Instagrams, things.
Lou Daddy. Jesus, that sounds crazy.
Lou Daddy.
That's when you made it up. That's what you knew. You made it up when he was young and hype. He was like, Lou Daddy.
I love it. Keep it forever.
Lou Daddy, at Lou Daddy. That's my Instagram. Or at Lou Brown. That's my Twitter. Period. Or Facebook. Yeah. Period.
So make sure you watch, subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.
You could bet that, never gotta sweat that. You could bet that, never gotta sweat that.